We still need to get the line about the bacon.
I mean, are you guys trying to ruin every meal I have after this?
To help you make better choices on your next late-night run, here are 10 things you should never order from Wendy's. While on the surface, it might seem like they've got everything figured out, when it comes to some items, it's another story.
And my life never being the same again. That's on you, and on you, guy!
Chili.
Is that your thumb?
I don't know.
You don't know?
You've probably heard horror stories about Wendy's chili. While the whole severed finger in the chili turned out to be a hoax, there are still a few reasons why you should steer clear of the chain's famous staple. As it turns out, undesired body parts isn't the only thing you should be worried about. Employees have said time and again that if people knew how the chili was made, the majority would stop eating it.
No!
So here goes. It's made with nothing but old recycled meat that remained unsold for the entire day. Let us explain. Whenever a burger order is modified, forgotten, or simply canceled, the beef patty doesn't go in the trash. No, instead, it goes in the large plastic bins at the end of the grill. At the end of the day, all the meat is chopped up and soaked in water before it's stored in the freezer. Then it's mixed in with giant cans of beans and tomatoes and boiled for hours. Whatever isn't used during the day is poured back and reheated again the day after, and the day after that, in a sorry, never-ending cycle of leftover chili. On top of that, if you're lactose intolerant or have a milk allergy, beware of the meat scraping technique. Burgers usually come with cheese, and what happens when those burgers are abandoned? The employees are told to simply scrape off the cheese and put it in the bin anyway.
Now eat your chili!
Anything with cheese sauce.
No cheese!
Usually cheese makes everything better. Your loaded fries are lonely? Add some cheese. Your burger's dry? Cheese it up. However, as much as it can be a lovely companion to all of your favorites, cheese at Wendy's is not your friend. Wendy's is known for having a pretty decadent cheese sauce that perfectly complements all of its menu items. You can even ask for a little cup of cheese sauce to dip your fries in. And honestly, how does it get better than that?
Nothing.
Well, turns out most employees will agree that you should probably avoid anything that has the famous cheese sauce in it. But why? The almost liquid, almost solid cheese is in almost everything. Once again, Wendy's snitches took to Reddit to reveal the awful truth about their cheese sauce, and it's brutal. Not only is it made from over 20 ingredients, which is weird for something that's only supposed to contain cheese, it's also not always the freshest thing in the kitchen. One employee said that sometimes, depending on the location, managers might make them pour boiling water from the coffee maker into the cheese in order to make more diluted cheese sauce. How lovely. One squealer said the sauce is often lumpy with a disgusting crust on top, far from appetizing.
Oh, okay. That's cool, I guess.
Pretzel Bacon Pub Triple Cheeseburger.
I think it's the beef.
Or the bacon.
It's the honey mustard.
The cheddar cheese.
Sometimes the best things in life are the ones that are the worst for us. Sadly, the Pretzel Bacon Pub Triple Cheeseburger from Wendy's is one of them. Just the name is a dead giveaway why you probably shouldn't order it. Nothing in it suggests any kind of good nutritional value. Introduced on Wendy's menu last year, the Pretzel Bacon Pub Triple Cheeseburger is a mouth-watering sandwich that leaves quite an impression on customers. The regular Pretzel Bacon Pub is already pretty massive in terms of toppings and calories, but the triple version is, well, 3 times that.
Is that chicken on a pretzel bun?
Pretzel bun?
Featuring 3 square beef patties, strips of applewood smoked bacon, warm beer cheese sauce, a slice of Munster cheese, smoky honey mustard, crispy fried onions, and pickles, all on a soft and chewy pretzel bun. The triple cheeseburger clocks in just over a whopping 1,500 calories, with over 60% coming from fat. Yes, the flavors are all there, with all the right salty, smoky, and savory notes, but in the long run, ordering one of these will clog your arteries. Out of everything on the menu, the Pretzel Bacon Pub Triple Cheeseburger is the one with the most calories, which should be reason enough to stay away.
Stay away from me.
Frosty.
Just 99 cents. It'll change the way you see change.
If there's one thing you can always count on when you pull up at a Wendy's, it's a delicious Frosty. It's the perfect frozen treat to end your meal or simply to fill you up before your next one. And the best part about it, you can enjoy it regardless of the weather. No matter if you dip your French fries in it, drink it, or eat it with a spoon, Frosties are the best. So prepare to have your bubble burst.
No, please, 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 no.
Frosties are apparently not as fresh as you might think. How could something frozen not be fresh, you ask? Well, it's simple, really. The machines are the main culprits. Indeed, Reddit stool pigeons claim that the Frosty machines aren't cleaned as often as they should be, if at all. The Frosty mix comes in a plastic bag and is poured into the machine to freeze and be pumped out like ice cream. At the end of the day, though, there's always a little bit of mix left at the bottom of the machine. To avoid food waste, Wendy's employees recycle it. So far, so good, but the issue begins with the storage of this leftover mix. It's poured into huge buckets left in the fridge overnight, but most employees won't bother wrapping the top of the bucket and just leave it wide open. In the morning, that same mixture is poured back into the machine, mixing with the fresh stuff. Yuck.
It would have made him hungry.
Potatoes of any kind.
And at Wendy's, there's more sriracha to come.
Now, this one might come as a huge disappointment for many, but it needs to be said. Anything with potatoes at Wendy's is probably a waste of money. With so much competition in the fast food world, Wendy's isn't known for having the best fries. They're not bad, per se, just not as tasty as, say, McDonald's. Cooked fries can sit in the warmer for hours, which can, unfortunately, make them limp and dry. Just like the chicken nuggets, to make them look fresher than they really are, the fries are just thrown back in the fryer and served to customers.
But it can be easily reheated in the microwave of evil.
There's allegedly a saying amongst Wendy's employees about the fries: they aren't old until they're sold, which can be a bit disheartening. Enter the iconic baked potato. No other fast food chain even offers this particular menu item, making this even more special. If you want to indulge in one, you need to know a few things beforehand. First, employees recommend only ordering baked potatoes during rush hour, unless you want to end up with an old, squishy, microwaved tater. Even though they're supposed to be cooked from a raw state in an oven, wrapped in foil, baked for an hour, just like you would at home, more often than not, that's not what you're getting. And if the turnover is particularly low, you shouldn't expect anything fresh.
You probably made it yesterday.
Fish sandwich.
Whoa, stop it!
Fish sandwiches, in general, aren't usually the most beloved item on any fast food menu. Even an icon like McDonald's Filet-O-Fish isn't for everyone. Every so often, Wendy's will release its cod sandwich in certain locations, mostly during Lent. Whether you're a fan of fish sandwiches or not, employees will almost all agree that you shouldn't order it, and here's why.
Made from recycled materials?
You know how fish is supposed to be fresh, like at all times? Well, obviously, in the fast food world, that's not always possible, but there's always a limit to how fresh your frozen fish can be. According to one particular Redditor and former Wendy's grunt, some of those fishes could have been old enough to have a birthday, meaning they spent more than a couple of months in the freezer waiting to be served. Freezer-burnt fish is a definite turnoff. Fortunately, though, the chain recently replaced its old cod sandwich with a new sandwich made with wild-caught Alaskan pollock instead, the crispy panko fish sandwich. It features a pollock fillet fried up in a crunchy panko breading along with a creamy dill tartar sauce, lettuce, dill pickles, and a slice of cheese. If all goes well, Wendy's will have learned from its past fishy mistakes, and this new fish sandwich will do better.
I love it. Even more than the sea.
Lemonade.
Wouldn't you like a nice cool glass of lemonade?
Lemonade.
What better way to tie your fast food meal together than with a large, refreshing cup of lemonade? Fortunately, at Wendy's, you can get both your greasy burger and lemony fix all at once, as they serve some pretty addicting lemonade. And the best part? It's supposedly all natural and has no artificial ingredients or preservatives. Or so we're told.
I only like all natural foods and beverages, organically grown, with no preservatives.
If we focus on the name, it might lead people to believe that this natural lemonade should be as fresh as squeezing the juice directly from the fruit. But alas, that's not what's happening. Employees aren't in the back squeezing lemons, making zesty juice from scratch. Instead, they're mixing tap water with cartons of pre-made lemonade. These pack tons of white sugar, calories, and sodium. To save some money and calories, you can always go with the Minute Maid lemonade sold from the soda fountain if you're really in the mood for a zesty beverage. But just remember that clean soda machines and fast food restaurants don't always go hand in hand.
Who wants lemonade?
Oh, yeah.
Chicken nuggets.
But I love them!
When eating at Wendy's, chicken nuggets are probably not the first thing you go for, and it probably shouldn't be either, you know, for the sake of your health and all. Former Wendy's employees took to Reddit to rat on their chicken nuggets. According to the Tattletales, since nuggets aren't the most popular item on the menu, they're not made very often, meaning they sit in the warmer for longer than desired. If it's a particularly slow day, they could sometimes sit there for hours. They'll simply be put back in the fryer for a second or two until they look fresh before they're served to customers.
It's chicken from the Lord.
So he made it?
Yes, sir, he did.
But this sounds like a rather easy problem to fix if you truly want nuggets. Just ask for a fresh batch. However, according to other Reddit informants, not everyone will respect your wishes. Depending on the location and the possibility of lazy employees, your chicken nuggets could be served with a little extra ingredient: plastic. Apparently, sometimes when they need to fry a new batch of nuggets, instead of opening the bag and dumping them in the fryer, they'll simply dip the bottom of the plastic bag into the boiling oil and let it melt. So yeah, ordering chicken nuggets at Wendy's is probably a big no-no.
No!
Breakfast Baconator.
Man, I'm hungry. Those things look good.
Bet your ass they do, Morty. That's the Breakfast Baconator.
Even though Wendy's has been in the fast food industry for quite some time, it's been particularly slow in entering the breakfast game. But many will argue that it was worth the wait, as most of the menu items are to die for. Some literally. The Breakfast Baconator might sound like a dream come true on the surface, but it's actually a bit of a nightmare. This beast features almost everything that could fit in a breakfast sandwich: grilled sausage, American cheese, a fresh cracked egg, even more cheese, with, of course, the guest of honor, an unholy amount of bacon, all covered in a creamy Swiss sauce.
Do I know you?
It's me, Slim Bacon from the Meat Swipe app. We were supposed to, meet up.
The problem with this item is not its taste. It doesn't seem to have any issues there, but rather its nutritional value, or lack thereof. Obviously, fast food chains in general don't boast to be the most efficient makers of nutritious food, but this sets the bar real low. Just like the original Baconator, this breakfast version is no picnic for picky eaters. One breakfast Baconator comes in at 730 calories, with most of those coming from dripping, mouth-watering fat. It also has over 1,700 milligrams of sodium and very little protein. In other words, if you're looking to start your day the right way, you might want to ditch the breakfast Baconator and go for something a little less heavy.
It is delicious, it's good for me, it's a perfect way to start the day.
Salad.
And I'm an even nicer person. Bye-bye, salad.
No! You've heard it once and you'll hear it again. Fast food salads are not a healthier choice than most burgers. While it might be confusing since you're staring at a plate of leafy greens, vegetables, and a grilled protein, don't be fooled. It probably packs more calories, fat, and sodium than anything else on the menu. Let's take Wendy's taco salad, for example.
I'm a happy camper.
Just because it's back from the 90s doesn't mean slang should come back too.
As if.
The blend of lettuce, shredded cheddar cheese, diced tomatoes, salsa, sour cream, tortilla chips, and hearty chili is unfortunately not the nutritious meal you thought it was. With nearly 700 calories and more trans fat than 160 Lay's potato chips, it's obviously not the wisest choice if you're watching your diet. However, we're not here to only talk about how bad fast food salads are for you, but also how fresh they might be. At Wendy's, this is apparently a question question. Employees would advise customers to avoid ordering the salads at any point before lunchtime. That's mostly because the first salads are usually old ones from the day before that have simply been flipped upside down. They also take off the mushy brown layer of lettuce to make it look fresher. Basically, if you really want a salad, make sure you go when all the leftover salads have been sold. Otherwise, you might be in for a disappointing, mushy surprise.
Sir, I need a decision.
Salad. No, wait, soup.
Stick around. Just tap or click another great video, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell to join our notification squad.